Hey, how's it going? It's Craig. I'm not in the garage today. We're in the brew shed with Homebrew Griffo, and we're doing a brew on his new Grainfather kit. I'll let him explain the technical bits of it because I haven't got a clue.
So we just whack slightly in. And off it goes.
Okay, so we're down with Calvin in his brew shed and we're going through a Goodwin's IPA, I think you called it.
Goodwin's IPA.
So he's done a recipe for the IPA setup. We're going to do a brew of it. I've only ever done kits before, so I've done a couple of brew kits before, the type of thing you buy in Wilkinson's, and even then I've messed those things up. So this kind of level of kit is way beyond me. So I'm just down here today, first of all because his new brew kit looks amazing. It's got an app, it's got Wi-Fi. It even done a firmware update earlier, so anything like that is just amazing for me. So I wanted to come and check this out, and we've been mates for years through fitness stuff and things.
Yeah, well, you would think so, but yeah. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, certainly for me. You're still doing it. But I wanted to come down just to see what he's doing, and Kelvin's got a great channel, so I'll put a link for that in the description as well, just so you can have a look at his. There we go, we're probably on the next stage of whatever we're meant to be doing. So we'll have a look at doing all these things. Kelvin's talking me through a lot of this at the moment, and I've got so many questions and things. I think we'll go through a little bit of what are the differences between a homebrew kit that I've done in the past and what we're doing today, because there's a lot of stages that I've skipped in it before and just never knew about. And yeah, it's really good, but it's not so far, it's not massively technical. It's going through step by step, which is really good. And I think the app that we're looking at as well is really good because it's telling us what it's doing. It's heating up to a certain temperature. It just beeps until it's do the next step. So let's go on with it, I suppose.
Yeah, cool, yeah.
Let Kelvin first of all give you a bit of an overview. What's your channel? What are you doing? And
so it's basically homebrew recipes, kit reviews, drunken reviews, beer reviews. And equipment reviews as well. So yeah, if that interests you, yeah, subscribe and I'll see you over there.
Cool. You're going to do a video on this as well, aren't you? So
he'll do a
little bit more of a technical one. I'm just going to skip through this and show you some of the kit and what we're doing as we go through it. But Kelvin goes through all the different layers of the brew and everything else, and goes into a lot more detail than is probably in my vocabulary to even think about what we're doing. So yeah, so cool. We'll catch up in a sec once we've gone through a little bit of this brew, and we'll see how it goes. Cool. Okay, so how far are we into this brew now? What have we done?
So we're about halfway through the mash, and then after the mash is completed, it's about an hour long. We'll lift the pipe up and then we'll use the sparge water or rinse water to rinse off the grains of all the tasty sugary stuff that turns into alcohol.
Smells lovely in here so far. So
biscuits.
I put in, it just smells like brewery day. A lot of people who have not been or lived in South Wales, when we used to go into Cardiff as a kid, Brain's Brewery was right next to the train station, and if you went in there on brew day, the whole city smelt of brewing, and it was just, it's one of those things I think you either love or hate. I always think it smells like Weetabix. Hot Weetabix. I don't know why, but yeah.
And it's just same stuff, isn't it?
That's fair enough.
Wheat and malt and
and it's a lovely smell for me, and I just remember being in Cardiff and smelling it and things, and yeah, this is all the steps that I skip when I do those brew kits that I bought in Milkington. So I go straight from having a syrupy setup, which I heat up in a cup or a boil of water.
That's it, yeah.
And then I mix that in with water.
And you can't hold the can because it's so hot.
Yeah, boiling it hot, and you've got to try and open it with a tin opener, and you mess it up and everywhere, and it's all stuck in the can. Whereas this is getting to that stage now, are we?
It is, yeah. So this is creating the liquor or the wort, which then will boil up and then have hops.
Amazing.
Then we'll cool it down.
Okay.
And then we can put in a fermenter with some yeast.
Okay. It's been amazing so far. So every single step of the way, it's popped up on his phone or it's beeped and it's told us what to do next. So it's been amazing just to see the app in action and how it's working. For me, this takes a lot of the pressure out of, if I was to go into something, it's a lot of money to invest in.
It's an expensive day for you, this, isn't
it? And I'm going to find space if I'm going to want to do something like this. But if I was going to go into it now, I know it's a big investment from maybe, I don't know, what would I spend on a kit thing about £100 into one of these. It's a couple of £1,000 for everything you're going to need, and
maximum.
You're gonna, but it is a serious hobby then, and it's once you've got something like this, it could last you for a good few years. And you think of how much beer and things you can brew in this, and the outcome of it. I'm buying kits. I got a perfect draft, and I buy a keg for that probably every week, but
that was hard to get there, wasn't it?
It was a bit, but yeah, you can go through a 6 litre keg on that quite easy.
Yeah.
And you think of how much you're paying on those. They range depending on what you're buying. If you're buying a nice Cali Pale Ale or something,
yes,
it's about £40.
Yeah, exactly.
For a 6 litre keg.
Yeah.
When I don't know how much you're spending on all the parts just to brew this. So.
Oh, the ingredients.
The ingredients.
No, 15 quid, 20 quid maximum.
And how many litres is that?
That'll make 23 litres.
So it's amazing.
We'll end up with a full one of these 19 litre kegs.
Yeah,
and a little bit left over to put in a demijohn.
Yeah, so you've got to offset the cost of the kit in the first place. But it's a hobby as well, isn't it? It's a hobby. It's not all about saving money and doing it. If you want to get into homebrewing to save money, you're on the wrong path. Completely the wrong path. Because it's a slippery slope of, ooh, that's a nice big shiny piece of kit. Ooh, that's a shiny piece of kit. And then, so... There's kit everywhere in here. We've just gone through, we've been chatting through lots of things in here, and things that he's built, there's multiple fridges here, but they're not fridges, they're heat, and they do different purposes, and there's thermostats and things like that. So it's not a straightforward, I'm going to get into it. I think it's one of those hobbies. We both ride motorbikes as well, so it's the same type of thing that you get a motorbike, then you get a pair of boots and the jacket and the helmet and the intercom, and then you just keep going. And then as soon as you finish that cycle of buying it all, you start again, because you either change bikes or you need new kit or something else to come out. So it's the same with any hobby, and this is just really fascinating to see exactly how this is all working. And so from this point now, we've got a couple more things to do here, and then you said it's about a week afterwards that
we'll let this ferment for say about 5 days.
Okay.
And then I'll put some more hops then straight into the fermenter, because that then gives you that massive aroma of citrus which you wanted.
Yeah.
So with the hops that we're using, so that will give you that initial, that's an IPA sort of aroma.
Okay, cool. So we'll catch up in a bit.
Very good. I'll let that drain now. Then we can put the sparge water on. So this is the experimental hop we're going with, CF185 from Charles Farram, I think, sold at a malt miller. So we're going with 50 grams of this for 10 minutes in the boiler. So very late addition. And we're also going to be going with 25 grams of mosaic and 25 grams of Amarillo as well. So this is going to smell incredible in here now. Better than the sweaty sparge. Check that out. Have a sniff of that, mate.
Oh, it smells lush.
Is that good or what? So 50 grams of this.
I was expecting it to be like buds or something.
Leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
rather than it be like a pellet.
yeah, I've got these compressed pellets, which are T90 pellets, and I do also have the leaf as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So you know, each to their own. There's different uses for them. It's best to dry hop with these because they don't clog up as much.
Okay.
Or absorb as much water as the leaves do. But we'll measure the dry hop from this in a minute. So then this is Amarillo. This is incredible, this hop as well, so versatile. Oh, beautiful stuff.
Oh, that's lovely. That's the
citrusy,
distinctive,
orangey.
yeah.
I use this in that OPA as well normally, so 25 grams of this. I do try and move it to one side in case I overdo it. So all of these are going in at the same time. Oh well, 26 grams then. Can't be asked. And then mosaic. This is probably the most overused hop in beer, but it's overused for a good reason, I think. This and Citra, I think, are probably overused.
Oh, that's nice as well. It smells lovely, doesn't it? They're all
Isn't it?
different though, really
Yeah,
different.
It's weird, isn't it? It's very odd how different they all are. So 25 grams of this as well. Yep. What we're also going to be doing is chucking in some Irish moss. So that helps to clarify the beer. So this is findings, if you like, or you can use Protafloc tablets, which is made out of fish guts.
Okay.
Or
Nice.
you can use Irish moss and just a good pinch of that.
So it quite literally is
Moss.
the moss.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Just a good pinch of that, so it help clarify the beer, help coagulate all the proteins.
Nice.
Two, four, three. You recording me doing this?
Yeah, of course.
Have a look at that.
So, we're just having a break. What's the
We're having
process?
a break
at the
because
moment?
it's such a strenuous time.
And a beer, of course, but
Yeah, so we're currently still boiling. We're going to leave it now till it's 10 minutes before the end.
okay.
And then we're going to chuck 100 grams of hops in it. And then we'll cool it down, chuck it in the fermenter with some yeast.
And then it sits away for a week.
A week, 10 days, something like that.
Amazing. So in the meantime, we get to have a beer. So this is one of the ones that has been in the kit before. So the same kit and process we're doing, obviously different recipe.
Yeah.
And we just pulled this off a hand pull and lovely. Really
Orange
nice.
pale ale.
Very nice.
100 grams of orange peel went into it.
Actual orange peel.
Bitter orange peel, dried orange peel.
Amazing. Cool. Catch you in a sec.
So, you need as much oxygen as possible so the yeast can feast off it.
So once we do this,
Safe Ale USO5, sprinkle it all the way around on the top.
gradually.
That's it, yeah, spot on. You smell the yeast as well. Always smells good.
Oh yeah. That reminds me of making bread, obviously.
Do you know, in school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
We'll seal that up. We'll chuck it in the fermentation chamber.
Okay, so we're done with brew day number 1. I'm guessing that we've got a week now between what we've done today, and it was really interesting. I've learned a load from doing the kits and things, as I said earlier, right the way through to what we've done today. It hasn't scared me too much. There's been a lot of things in here which I've never seen before. They're still writing things on the boards which are slightly beyond my knowledge of what we're doing and things, but it's been great. It's really interesting to see what we've done, and everything's looking really good. So I think the kit that you've got here and everything, just even the chillers and things, is just amazing. The ability they've got to change the temperature of that water, which went from pretty much boiling down to about 20 degrees within a couple of seconds. It was amazing just to see all the process and things here. So it is a lot of kit involved, but as you said, this is extreme, and this is a good kit.
Yeah,
it's not like it's
kind of top end there with homebrew, without you going into your fancy vessels and your tri-clamp systems and stuff like that. It's definitely.
I loved it. I really loved going through it and enjoyed it. So yeah, we've sat down, we've had a beer, we've got about 20 litres.
Yeah, 20
now
litres or so.
Sat going into fermentation, and there's a second set of hops to go in.
Yeah, so we're going to be dry hopping. After about 5 days, for 3 days, then I'll rack it off then into one of these kegs.
Okay, so it'll be
and try not to drink it until we come over again.
Yeah. It'll be kegged, carbonised, and then bottled, or straight from the keg.
I'll carbonate it in the keg, and then we'll bottle it through the ITAP, just so we know that the carbonation level is right, rather than adding sugar to each bottles.
Yeah.
And you can put too much or too little sugar.
Okay.
You've got a lot more control by carbonating it in the keg, making sure it's okay by using the taps,
and
then bottling it.
Nice.
So
brilliant. Yeah. Okay, bit of a different video for us today, so hope you've enjoyed that.
Though.
Yeah,
still a nerdy video.
Yeah, it's still a geeky video. I think I've made it really geeky just by getting into the tech side of things. But thanks again for having me over today. It's been really cool to go through everything. Check out Homebrew Griffo's channel. I'll put a link in the description, and yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll update no doubt once this is fermented.
No, that's close enough.
Fermented. We've only had one beer. Once it's fermented, and then we'll see how it tastes after that, and no doubt it's going to be a cracker of a beer. Cool. Thanks for watching. Catch you again.
Yeah.